It's your partner, man. Who he on to my? It's your partner, man. Who he on to my? Man, how is y'all doing on this Soggy Sunday? They ain't gonna never change. Say Soggy Sunday, they ain't gonna never change. No, it ain't gonna never change. This one right here, this is gonna be called Solutions. You know what I'm talking about? Solutions? What are you talking about, bro? We gonna get into it. Now, y'all know my thing, man. Shout out that penitentiary, man. He on talking about he, ha, ha, Ken in the pen, man. All my folks incarcerated. All my folks incarcerated. All my folks who ain't, man. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing. Keep that head up. Keep pushing. We gonna get through. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Worldwide INC, man. What you say, bro? Worldwide Incorporated. What you say, bro? Worldwide. You know what I'm talking about? They gonna say with me. Hey, it means everybody, man. And Dugu, Cutthroat, Mike, Lil Rue, not Lil Rue, Lil Rue. You know what I'm talking about? Tata the player. That's who comes next, man. You know what I'm talking about? Same thing, bro. Everybody on the bottom of that thing. Everybody on top of that thing. Keep that head up. Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. Let's get through these disclaimers. Before we do that, my mama said, brush them whiskers when you on TV, man. You know what I'm talking about? Man, I almost forgot. Coffee Chronicles. You know what I'm talking about? But y'all know my thing, bro. I ain't prejudiced. I don't promote no drug usage, no drug sellage, no alcohol consumption. Don't take a sip of it. You know what I'm talking about? Don't do it. I don't promote no crime. I don't promote no violence. I don't promote no domestic violence. Keep your hands off the people. You know what I'm talking about? I don't promote no negativity. You know what I'm talking about? No, man. Me, I don't promote shh. You know what I'm talking about? They was telling me I don't promote shh. You know what I'm talking about? All I promote is y'all go ahead, do what you're gonna do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you find the right thing to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen, because we don't know how much of it we have. But you could better like myself. I ain't prejudiced. No, man. Could better like my. I ain't got nothing against the sexually different, man. Could better like my. I ain't got nothing against the little people. Nah, man. Me, man. I ain't got nothing against nobody. You know what I'm talking about? They was talking. I love me some everybody. You know what I'm talking about? As a matter of fact, I'm on a quest. You know what I'm talking about? Bring that peace. You know what I'm talking about? That joy. You know what I'm talking about? That love. What you say, bro? That love. You know what I'm talking about? Back to the YouTube community, man. You with me? Y'all, hold on. Let me go put some smoke on it. You know what I'm talking about, man? I put some smoke on it. You know what I'm talking about? They say, what you talking about, bro? Solutions. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to everybody. Nobody knows. You know, who's that? Oh, I see, man. He all talking about fucking, bro. Solutions, man. It's just solutions. You know what I'm talking about? They gonna say, no, I don't know what you talking about, brother. Can you elaborate, man? I was just sitting here thinking to myself, and I came across, even myself, man, I came across some interesting shit within my own mind. You say, what's that, bruh? Solutions. They say solutions. Yeah, bro, we really don't, look, because I know this one is big in the community right here. They talking about you be talking about shit you ain't got no solution for. So I always get jumped on talking about, bro, why you, listen, bro, I got a solution. You niggas stop behaving like bitches. That's my solution. How do you stop behaving like bitches? Stop running your motherfucking mouth, nigga. Stop being, nigga, stop being, nigga, just anxious to put yourself in the position of a bitch. But you ain't got to change, bro. I told you, I ain't trying to change the world, bro. I'm just letting you know, bro, we ain't gonna get nowhere with the way you niggas act now. Yeah, we ain't gonna get nowhere like this. You think we is? We ain't. So you think we is, but we ain't. They say, what, bro? Yeah, man, because our nigga told me that the other day, bro. Because y'all will hear another nigga say something, and then y'all will run up to a nigga with that shit you just heard another nigga say. So they must have been watching one of these other niggas that be talking about, man, everybody coming around here talking about the problems, but nobody has solutions. You know what I'm talking about? I told you, I ain't trying to save the world, bro. I'm here with you, though. You know what I'm talking about? I told you, I'm sitting here with my seatbelt off waiting for the fight to start. With my phone out so I could catch that look on your face when you realize you out here wrestling with your idols. You know what I'm talking about? Which would be the police. You know what I'm talking about? I got to catch that look on your face. But yeah, man, just solutions. And but niggas be hella funny with that shit. But I get what he was talking because you niggas got a million and one conversations just like the bitches. Y'all done told y'all really don't have no and that's what be kind of funny, bruh. Cause y'all be having all these gripes and shit about these hoes, but y'all don't. What little nephew and them supposed to do? It seemed like y'all trying to get them up off the bitches so they could turn their interest into guys or something, bro. I don't know what your plan is with that. I don't know what y'all plan is with that. I don't. But you know what I was just tripping off of with solutions? You know why a lot of times we don't get them? They're going to say, why? Because a lot of times solutions requires you to change yourself. And that's why you keep getting the same result. Because you ain't willing to do what it takes to get a new solution. You're not. It's just like the doctors and shit, bruh. Like you could have sclerosis of the fucking liver, bruh, and they could tell you to stop drinking. That's the solution to save your motherfucking liver. But guess what? You like that gin. So guess what you gonna do? You don't give a fuck what them people say because the solution requires you to stop doing something you like to do. And that's just where a lot of us beat ourselves up at. That's why a lot of us get stuck in the zone, and that's why a lot of us get stuck in the funk. And it seems like you can't get nowhere. It just seems like everything you do is just, and that's why, folks. I ain't bullshitting with you. Talking from experience. Because the solution requires you to change yourself. Told you, I remember when I was trying to selling drugs, nigga. I was so tired of going to jail, bro. But I wasn't. You know why? Because I wasn't ready to stop selling dope. But guess what the easy solution would have been if I was really tired of going to jail? See, when the solution requires us, I'm going to say I'm blowing your nose on camera. Sorry, mama. Top of the world, mama. Top of the world. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? You know, like us as people, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Like I said, I'm no better than the next motherfucker, bruh. Bruh human. You know what I'm talking about? Bruh human. I don't try to put myself at no, now when it just comes to experience and mind capacity, you know what I'm talking about? I might got you there, I don't know. But I ain't never been to, I don't really like the blame game, bruh. Because I realize in that shit, like, it really don't matter who fault it is, folks. You get what I'm saying? Nigga, if I poked a fucking hole in the swimming pool, bro, rubber swimming pool, it really don't matter. I mean, it do, bro. I poked a hole in it. You get what I'm saying? But whether I poked a hole in it or not, it don't make no sense to sit around and argue about the motherfucking hole, bro. You know what I'm talking about? At that point right there, we should both be on the same motherfucking the same accord to just patch that motherfucker up, bro. You get what I'm saying? But we don't do that. We too busy cause we got a cold world in this world today, folks. We do. It's that I told you so. I knew it and all. It's just a bunch of weird shit, bro. It's you celebrating somebody else fuck up. You know what I'm talking about? It's somebody else being wrong. It's somebody else don't know what they talking about. It's like we just always on point all the time. You get what I'm saying? We know everything. We ain't never wrong. I told you so. You should have listened to me. Uh, and it's all that, bruh. Solutions. But the main thing, why us as people really don't get solutions, because the solutions to a lot of our problems, it requires us to change. Coffee Chronicles. I ain't I guess when I was little, you know what I'm talking about? I told y'all that's what my daddy instilled into me, bruh. I could get away with all this shit, folks. I get away with drinking Cisco. I get away with smoking weed. Guess what I couldn't get away with? Guess what I couldn't get away with? Nigga, I could get away with stealing from the store, nigga. But guess what I couldn't get away with if I stole from the store? Saying it wasn't me. That's the only thing I couldn't get away with my daddy, folks. It's not taking accountability. Doing some shit and say it wasn't me or it wasn't my fault or trying to blame that shit, man. I got my ass whooped for that shit, bro. Nigga, I got whooped at high school before. And you know what's cold about that situation right there when I got whooped? If I would have had a pistol on me, I would have popped my daddy, bro. I would have. I remember I told him that, man. That's the only time I could ever remember being mad at my daddy. For real, bro. That nigga whooped me at Fremont High, nigga. And it was only one nigga, and he was a player. I forget that nigga name, because he knew I got a whooping, and that nigga didn't even tease me, bro. That nigga, I think that nigga had a daddy like that. But it was one nigga, you know how niggas be the counselors, I mean, not counselors, but like the helpers and shit in the office. He was the only nigga up in there, bro, when I got a whooping. I ain't even cried. I was furious, bro. I don't think I ever been that mad in my life as a kid. I'd have popped that nigga, bro, if I had a pistol. I ain't bullshitting with you. I remember I told my daddy that. I don't know how he felt about that either, man. I remember I told that nigga that, though, man. I love that nigga to death. That's the only time I made that nigga mad. I mean, that's the only time that nigga ever made me mad in my life. You don't do no shit like that, y'all. And I'm going to tell you, and I love my daddy, but you don't never do no shit like that, folks. Because I'm going to tell you how I felt as a kid. Like, I don't know what I don't know why we feel we have to embarrass people to get our point across. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm even bad at that shit, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? I am. And I don't even be trying to embarrass people. I guess, like, the way my mouth is, though, bruh, I could embarrass you with what really happened. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't talking about you or nothing. I could just embarrass you, I guess, with what really happened, what you just did. You know what I'm talking about? Because my mouth bad, bruh. I ain't gonna say my mouth bad, but, like, man, nigga, I'm gonna tell you what it is, bruh. I ain't gonna have no feeling left inside me when I get through talking, folks. Solutions. You know what I'm talking about? But I'm gonna give y'all one, bro. Don't never do no shit like that, bro. Don't never whoop your kids in front of them white people. Don't never discipline your kids in front of you. Discipline your kids at home. Between you and your kid. Don't get keen on embarrassing your friends. I mean, embarrassing your kids in front of people, man. Maybe they friends though, because every now and then they need that shit. But I'm talking about like, man, don't go up there whooping your kids at no school, bruh. In front of no white principals and substitute. Don't do that shit, bruh. I'm telling you, if I'd have had a pistol, I'd have popped that nigga, bruh. I ain't bullshitting. I ain't bullshitting with you. I ain't never been that mad as a kid, nigga. That was the only time a whooping didn't hurt. That nigga was hitting me hella hard with a leather belt, too. Man, I looked at that nigga like I wanted to pop him. I was just looking at that nigga. If that nigga knew what was going through my mind. Yo, when he did that bullshit right there, he had lost me for a minute. Yeah, he had lost me for a minute. I didn't even want to, I didn't really want to. And that's how I know why you don't want to do sucker shit either. Because I remember when I was through with it. I was wishing that nigga hurry up and go to jail and some more shit. You know what I'm talking about? Because he was already fighting the case. But guess what? When that nigga had to leave, that's when I realized I love my daddy. I ain't never been that hurt. When I had to drop that nigga off at the Greyhound so that nigga go turn himself in, that was fucked up too. Solutions. You know what I'm talking about? That's how I know you really don't be, you know how you just be mad at people, but you like, because I was hella mad. I thought I was. Until I realized I wasn't finna see that nigga for about 10 years. That shit hurted. I lost a little bit of myself right then. Yeah, that day right there, you couldn't fuck with Brad after that day. You couldn't. The day my daddy went to jail and the day they killed Rob. Coffee Chronicles. You know what I'm talking about? All that shit took something up out of Brad. I ain't gonna even speak on the last incident that just pushed Brett over the cliff. But you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about? And where y'all be talking shit. Because my partner asked me that a while back. Let me tell you something, bruh. You can't choose. Well, I can't. I don't know about you. You might have an ultimate ass mind and you could just choose when you want to think about something. You know what I'm talking about? Your mind might be you might be able to tap into your shit like Lucy. I can't. It just ain't no telling when that shit hit, bruh. Some days better than other ones. You feel what I'm saying? Nigga be trying his best. You know what I'm talking about? But man, Coffee Chronicles. That should have come out of nowhere and lean on you folks. Y'all hold on. Put some smoke on it. You know what I'm talking about? I say, bro, what you solutions? You know what I'm talking about? But I always got credit for being the J-Cat. Some of it was warranted. You know what I'm talking about? But like, that's why I'm not big on teasing people. Even though in these last couple of days you would think otherwise, but like, man, it is what it is. But I ain't, bruh. Because I know how that shit is, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? On some real shit. I know how that shit is. Cause and this is what I don't get about us as black people. And this was the thing that really be having me hot about y'all. Now, as black people, when it come to teasing other black people, now one thing we know as black people is pain. Now that's the one thing damn near all black people know is some kind of motherfucking pain, right? So like, I don't see how y'all tease people for going through their pain. You know what I'm talking about? Because ain't nothing funny about that shit, bro. I done had a psychiatrist tell me, I done talked to about 3 or 4 psychiatrists in my life, you know what I'm talking about? And guess what? Couldn't none of them people fuck with me. And if you come from the same standpoint as one of these psychiatrists or doctors, you won't be able to fuck with me either. You know why? They knowledge comes from a book, bruh. Now you have hella kind of sense out here. You got like street smarts or when I say streets, I ain't talking about the streets though, bro. Y'all got that. Y'all done made a funny picture of that shit, bro. The streets is just out here in life, nigga. It's just life. It's a motherfucker right now off the grid. That nigga out there in the streets, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? It's a nigga living out of camper right now off the grid. That nigga in the streets for real. You know what I'm talking about? He ain't doing nothing illegal. Nigga just out there in the world. So when I say the streets, that's what, like, I be talking about it more from that aspect. I ain't talking about standing on the corner selling zips and shit. That ain't necessarily what I mean. But you will find while you living, bruh, a lot of people that just know them books is they don't have common sense. They too smart for their own good. They just got book knowledge. They don't have no worldly knowledge. That's the motherfuckers that'll go up and ask a lion to take a picture. A wild lion. They, ooh, you know what I'm talking about? They don't have no earthly sense. They don't. They just got that book sense. And if all you got to come over here and fuck with bread, some shit you read in the book, you gonna have to go read another book. Yeah, you're gonna have to go read another book. Solutions. You know what I'm talking about? Because you know how easy it is to look at somebody going through something and just come up with a say, oh yeah, man, all you gotta so you gotta realize with that that's the hard part. You can tell somebody they need to stop drinking. That shit ain't that easy to the person who needs some gin. It might be easy to you because you don't got no taste for no Crown Royal. You know what I'm talking about? And that's not your fault either. It's not. That's still their fault. You get what I'm saying? It's still on them to lose that taste for that Crown Royal and shit, but like, it ain't as easy for you. Like how you think, like, man, just stop. That shit just don't be that easy, folks. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody fighting their own mental battle. Everybody. That's why you find so many motherfuckers out here that's really insecure about themselves. I'm gonna tell you something that's right and wrong. Like how they be trying to tell you. That's why these niggas be running around here trying to overcompensate for something with all these cars and that drip. Now that's right for some of them niggas, but everybody just ain't overcompensating for something, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Some niggas just out here having it, living their life. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody ain't like that, but you do have some people like that. You know what I'm talking about? That really be insecure, so they mask that shit with a bunch of other shit. Knox used to do that in the penitentiary. Knox would be hella strong and shit, but they know as soon as they hit that street, they ass over with. You know what I'm talking about? Because that urge, you know what I'm talking about? That urge more. They love that urge more than they love they self. You get what I'm saying? So like they'll come to the penitentiary, get real big and strong and shit, and be out there like they claim the fame would be I could live 900. That's they claim the fame. You know what I'm talking about? Solutions. Soggy Sunday, they ain't gonna never change. But y'all on this one right here on some real shit. The the reason a lot of us don't get them solutions that seem like, man, that shit that's hella smooth, that's hella easy, is because a lot of times, most of the time, the solutions that's gonna help us it requires us changing ourselves. And a lot of times, if a solution, if that's how you're gonna get the solution is by changing yourself, you ain't gonna get that solution. You ain't gonna get that solution right there. Because when it comes to changing us and really buckling down and going over ourselves, when it comes that time, we gonna find somebody else to go over. We gonna miss the we gonna make the conversation about everybody else, but we gonna miss the one about us. You know, that's why you gotta have the ability to check yourself. You just do. Whether wrong or right, or you know what I'm talking about. You gonna bust your move, bro, but you gotta have the ability to know where you was wrong at, to know where where you don't do that no more. You gotta have the ability in yourself to know that, because if you don't, bro, everything you do is gonna be because of something else. I ain't bullshitting with you. So no matter what you do, I mean, go on live your life, nigga. Do it. You know what I'm talking about? Do what you do. You gonna live your life, bro. But what I'm saying is, even when you do what you do, you gotta understand personally where you was wrong at, where you can't do this no more, where you gotta stop this because it ain't worth that. You gotta realize that yourself. And if you don't, uh, you just always gonna find you gonna find a reason why you did something. You know what I'm talking about? Solutions. You got to be able to check yourself, folks. You got to be able to go over yourself. You got to be able to know where you was wrong at deep inside. You ain't got to tell nobody else. No, you can keep it to yourself. But you got to know. Because if you know that's where you was wrong at, you might could change it. You know what I'm talking about? But you might can't. You might be one of the motherfuckers that always do shit and feel bad later and still do it again. You know what I'm talking about? You just feel bad later. Then you might try to come buy a motherfucker a donut or something. You know what I'm talking about? You want some ice cream looking at it, you know what I'm talking about? Then you done felt in your head that made up for your the wrong you knew you was. You know, some real shit. You just you don't have to, but most of the solutions you looking for is gonna require you to change yourself. You're gonna have to stop doing something to start doing something. I told you them the only two things that hold us back in this world, folks. You either doing something you shouldn't be doing, or you ain't doing something you need to be doing. Them the only two things that hold us back, bruh. Everybody. I keep telling y'all I'm one of y'all. I keep telling y'all I ain't all positive like that. Like I'm just a regular person, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? On some real shit. But solutions. I ain't bullshitting with you. It's easy to find the problems. It is. It used to be easy to deal with the problems, but it ain't no more. You know what I'm talking about? It ain't. So, cause really ain't nobody got no sense. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes me. I'm included in that sometimes, you know what I'm talking about? But really ain't nobody got no sense. You know what I'm talking about? So instead of like even looking for a solution to something to just get to the you know what I'm talking about, the bottom of everything so everything could be straight, it'll never be like that. Because it's almost like you get more attention and shit for the problem. Everybody like problems, everybody like mess, everybody like the I don't know, the deception, the deceit, the 5-finger discount. You know what I'm talking about? Nephew says, old man, old lady. Nephew says, old man, old lady. Hey, what'd you say, bro? Old lady. You know what I'm talking about? So everybody just looking for that shit. You feel me? And they done got you in your mind. They done made your mind, listen, come here, let me tell y'all something. This how goofy y'all done got. They done trained you to believe if a nigga not arguing and shit, that shit boring. This is what they have taught you. They done taught you if somebody just living normal or something, like if they ain't no club with the glasses in the air and the chains and all this shit, that like if you not that right there, whatever else that anything else other than that is boring. You know why I stopped going out? Well, at least with other people. Because I realized a long time ago, you know what I'm talking about? A lot of you niggas don't even want to dance. You know what I'm talking about? And what I realized was, as I started getting older and older, you niggas be wanting to go out to stand on the wall with another bunch of niggas, man. That shit like a scene out of Footloose. There's a bunch of niggas on this wall right here, and there's a bunch of bitches on this wall right here. It's like the bitches be dancing with each other before. Man, nah, this is not my kind of party. Time for me to get out of here, man. You know what I'm talking about? Then what I realized, if you the one, of course this was when bro was drinking, but if you the one that got the spirit, they look at you like you Boosie. You know what I'm talking about? Solutions. So if you the one that got the spirit, you up in there talking about, what's good with it, bro? They looking at you like you Boosie because you trying to dance with the bitch. So if you just don't come up in here and go stand on the wall with the rest of these niggas and talk to each other, you know what I'm talking about? Saguni fever face having ass nigga. So if you just don't go stand over here with the rest of the niggas and be over here chit chatting with the niggas and shit, bro, you Boosie. That's why I don't even fuck with it like that no more. Coffee Chronicles. And if you try to go dance with the bitch, you doing something wrong now. You know what I'm talking about? That's the other thing, because the nigga, they gonna tell you YouTube. Listen, bro, I ain't never lived in no world where y'all be sitting here, bro. It's almost like y'all done took it back to the days. You remember when niggas used to just walk up to bitches with, hey, baby, did you fall from heaven? And you know what I'm talking about? And all that shit right there. You know what I'm talking about? Are you all right? Because you must have fell from heaven. There's all that shit right there, right? When niggas used to walk up and hit bitches with are you tired? Because you've been running through my mind all day. God damn, you niggas so straight out of comic book. I'm not bullshitting with you, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Nephew says, old man, old lady. And nephew says, old man, old lady. Hey, what'd you say, bro? Old lady. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't bullshit with you, man. Hold on, let me go put some smoke on it, man. You know what I'm talking about, man? Had to put some smoke on it, man. You know what I'm talking about? But I promise you that shit hella funny, bruh. But it's almost like we done took it back to that right there, man. Because the other reason why I stopped going out, because niggas act like I don't know who y'all listen to, but like however you get at a bitch is just however you get at a bitch, bro. Whatever your grand opening is, it's just your grand opening. But you'll go over there and like I don't know if niggas be mad that you be at the hoes. I just don't know. But they'll try to somehow act like the way you was acting inappropriate about the bitches. Because they all over there laughing and shit. They talking about how you went over there and then they just sitting around talking about how drunk you was and woo. But you over there sitting down with the bitches, bro. You also straight out of comic book. But that's why I stopped fucking with it like that, bro. I ain't bullshitting. I can't stand when you go out and the motherfucker trying to want to monitor you. Now, hold on. Let me take that back. Because I can see if you out there drunk acting a goddamn fool. But if you not doing that, that's why I stopped drinking too. I told y'all I used to get blank solutions. I used to get blamed 1,000,001 times just because I was drunk. Bro, wasn't even nothing going on. They just gonna use that excuse when you drunk though. Oh man, you over there drunk. Bro, they ain't had nothing to do with this situation, folks. Everybody drunk. But somehow me being drunk is drunker than everybody else. Some straight out of comic book. That's why I stopped drinking. Or one of the reasons. Ain't got that excuse no more. You know what I'm talking about? I'm sober as they come. Nah, you ain't got that excuse no more. Solutions. You see, that was a good solution right there. I done got blamed for so much shit. So much shit didn't happen. And I done got blamed for it, bruh, because I was drunk. Now, when I tell you everybody out here, and I'm just drunk off weed, this before the even the E-pills, the Zerker era. Before that, we just drunk smoking weed. You know what I'm talking about? There's other motherfuckers off here on the snorting powder here around all kind of shit. Motherfuckers using right, bro. Just drunk and weed. Somehow, it's always because I'm drunk. Coffee Chronicles Solutions. Man, please. You know what I'm talking about? And as long as I've been alive, that's what I have seen. You know what I'm talking about? Now, if it's my fault, bruh, I told y'all what my daddy used to get on my ass about. It's my fault. I ain't bullshitting with you. Man, I ain't got no problem telling you exactly what happened. You know what I'm talking about? If it's any of your business. You know what I'm talking about? I forgot to leave that one out. If it's any of your business. I'm just talking about when the shit happened. You get what I'm saying? I'm talking about, and the people you need to talk to at that moment. I ain't gonna leave it out, bruh. I ain't gonna tell a story to make you agree with me. You know what I'm talking about? No, I ain't telling you know what I'm talking about. If they say why the police came here, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't gonna try to minimize my part. I'm gonna tell you how they got here. You know what I'm talking about? But as people, we unable to do that. Solutions. And that's another reason why we, I don't know, all that shit got to do with accountability, though. When you always trying to minimize the part you play and shit, you ain't gonna understand the big part you played. Coffee Chronicles. You know what I'm talking about? On some real shit. And I'm gonna tell you something we do the most. And guess who we be playing with, y'all? God. But I'm gonna tell you something how we be playing with God that y'all don't even that we don't realize. See, you get what I'm saying? I ain't gonna leave me out on this one, cause I've done it many a times. But I'm gonna show you how we so used to playing with God, how we start playing with other people the same way we playing with God. So we just really a lot of us be spending a life of playing. Coffee Chronicles. Say what you talking about, Brett? Don't you start on this Sunday? You know, this ain't about the church people or nothing. It's just about us as people. You know what I'm talking about? Us. This has nothing to do with no particular church crowd or anything, bro. It's just the people how we play with God. I'm finna show you in a minute. Coffee Chronicles. Worldwide in this thing, man. You know what I'm talking about? Nephew, sis, old man, old lady. Nephew, sis, old man, old lady. What you say, bro? Old lady. You know what I'm talking about? Rub the belly. You say, well, why you fuck with it like that? Because if I don't, ain't nobody else is, bro. But check this out. I'm going to show you how we've been used to playing with God and how we took that shit to other people. This is where we use leverage with God. Check this one out. Now, if you say you ain't never did this, I'm probably going to look at you in your face and say, you's a motherfucking lie. I got a universal one for us, y'all. I'm talking about everybody around the world, bro. You could be in New England right now, New Zealand. You know, I'm talking about Brazil. Whoever you pray to. You'll get on your knees right now and use, nigga, you will be in trouble. And you'll use leverage with God, won't you? You'll put your head down right now and say, God, I know I've been fucking up. I know I've been doing a bunch of bullshit. But I tell you this right now, God, if you let me out of this right here, I'm going to straighten up my act. Coffee Chronicles. He let you up out of there. You didn't straighten your act up though, did you? Nah. What'd you do? You ain't got caught shoplifting somewhere or something, huh? You ain't got caught cheating or something somewhere, huh? Or you think you finna get caught, what you do? God, I know I ain't been talking to you in a while, but let me tell you something, God. If you let me get out of this right here, God, I'ma straighten up my act. And guess what we do? So you start off playing with God. Now guess what you done did? See all that shit right there? That shit trickled down to that other shit. You know what I'm talking about? All them other lies you telling other people. That's where all that shit come, especially with the bitch, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't finna do all that. I ain't married. I gotta be married to do all that. That's the same shit you do with God. Get married, bitch, still ain't did the shit. You know what I'm talking about? But all that shit start off from playing with God. And that's how you use leverage with God, folks. Like he has to let you off. And if you let me off this one right here, I'm gonna do right. You know what I'm talking about? You sitting right there making a bond. You finna break soon you get up out of trouble. Coffee Chronicles. And we so used to playing like that. But that's how you get to playing with other people like that. Cause you just you just wired to use leverage. You always gonna do something. Somebody do something for you first, huh? You know what I'm talking about? In the world of gambling, that ain't really good odds, bruh. They're not. And that's what we do. I ain't bullshitting with you. No, I ain't. But it start off from playing with God. You sitting there praying. You trying to make a deal with God. You trying to tell him just let you get something. And if he let you get it, oh, you going to behave good. You going to be the best of Christian. Coffee Chronicles. You're going to be the best of person. Coffee Chronicles. Please. And then y'all take that shit right on to other people. If you do this, you know what I'm talking about? And look how we is in society. We just always want you to do something, don't we? I told you the two major things that's gonna come with that bullshit ass movement. You gonna have to give some of your money, bruh, and you gonna be asked to do something that another motherfucker wouldn't do. Them two things is gonna come with any of them bullshit movements, folks. And that's gonna be called support. That's how you gonna have to show your loyalty, man. Y'all running around here on the internet getting jumped in, ain't you? You niggas don't say I can't wood, but I ain't bullshit with you, bruh. You niggas getting initiated. God damn, man. You did all that to be in the gang, man. You know what I'm talking about? They can't question your loyalty. No, they can't, man. Nigga, some sharp comic book, man. Soggy Sunday, they ain't gonna never change. Solutions. And I'm finna get up out of here. But on some real shit, if you really want to know, if you want to get to the bottom of all the speculation and all that shit, most of the time you can't come to the correct solutions because you're not ready to change yourself. You know what I'm talking about? If you was to get jumped on right now, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know, your house got vandalized, your car got vandalized, all this bullshit right there, right? But all that shit happened was because you was you didn't cause some confusion in somebody else's household when you didn't even know what you was talking about, just talking on speculation. And you will sit there and think somebody did you wrong. You know what I'm talking about? Now the solution to that problem is you just keep your nose up out of people's business. You know what I'm talking about? Stop running around talking, gossiping so much. You know what I'm talking about? But you don't want to do that. So you're not going to come to that solution. You're going to find another solution. You know what I'm talking about? You're going to go get that other insurance and shit. So if your car get vandalized, you get a payout and shit. You know what I'm talking about? You're going to come to some other solution. But you're going to keep on sticking your nose in people's business. You're going to keep on gossiping. You're going to keep on spreading the rumors and talking about the speculation and shit. That shit crazy. But yeah, most of the time, we don't get the real solutions we be looking for. It's a few of a couple of things, though. It's because you lazy, got to do something with it. Not dedicated, willpower. All that shit has to play with it, too, right? Consistency, all that shit has a part to play with it, too, right? But for the most part, not even the most part. That shit, comes from, you know what I'm talking about? Nephew says, old man, old lady. Nephew says, old man, old lady. You know what I'm talking about? Soggy Sunday, day, ain't gonna never change. And on some real shit, I was just sitting here just thinking about the leverage, just thinking how we be playing. And we always come with like the leverage, like we gonna do right. You know what I'm talking about? The shit we be trying to use as leverage. It ain't even really leverage. But in your head, this is what I'm saying, how you gauge people. Like, that's just like an ugly bitch say, if you give me $3,000, I give you a kiss. Now that might be valuable to a nigga who like ugly bitches, who like kissing ugly bitches. But to a regular motherfucker, that shit ain't worth nothing. Why would I, you know what I'm talking about? I wouldn't kiss you for free. Coffee Chronicle. But for $3,000, you get a piece of that tongue. Y'all hold on, man. Let me go put some more smoke on it. Yeah, man, had to put some smoke on it real quick. And bruh is finna get on up out of here. You know what I'm talking about? Nephew says, old man, old lady. Nephew says, old man, old lady. Hey, what you say, bro? Old lady. You know what I'm talking about? Smoke on it. Yeah, man. But on some real shit, the solutions, a lot of times, you're not really, it's almost like you're not prepared to get the solutions that you really looking for because, it's going to require you to change yourself. You're going to have to stop doing something or you're going to have to start doing something. And a lot of times we don't be liking them odds. Somehow we think life works like we get to do what we want to and get everything we want. And somehow we just think that because no matter what it is you was doing, bro, it don't matter. You don't even have to be considered or looked out as bad. Nigga, you could sew. And if that's what you like to do, that's what you would do at all costs. You wouldn't be tripping on nothing else. You'd be like, man, fuck y'all, I like to sew. It'll be like in your head, nigga, sewing is a real part of life. You know what I'm talking about? That's the same shit just like people do with drugs, alcohol, uh, shopping, just all that shit. You'll just spend some money you don't really know how to budget. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's almost like willpower ain't even a word I'm looking for. But just most people, when you get money, you just think of shit to buy. You know what I'm talking about? Cause I'm telling you, like a rich motherfucker told me. He said, bro, money only matter when you broke. He said, when you got money, you ain't looking at price tags and shit. You know what I'm talking about? He said, money only count really when you ain't got it. That was some real shit. Call me Chronicle. That was some real game. I ain't bullshitting with you. But solutions. Like, everybody. I'm talking about everybody in the world. You got somewhere, nigga, we all got somewhere where we could be better at. You know, I'm talking about some kind of area. But like I said, in these days and times, they don't got you focusing on trying to strengthen that area. You know what I'm talking about? They got you more focused on looking at where everybody else weak at or you perceive they weak at. You know what I'm talking about? They just got you in tune with everybody else instead of really just trying to get the most out yourself. You know what I'm talking about? You just getting the most out your mouth. They taught you how to do that though. That's one thing you niggas would never be able to say is that you didn't get your money's worth up out your mouth. Y'all did that. Y'all took that to a new level. Coffee Chronicle. But they say everything come back in full circle. And that running your mouth, that's not gonna be good when that other shit come back. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't know. But anyway, solutions, bruh. And I'm finna get up out of here, like I said, bruh. But if you really want solutions, you gotta be prepared to change yourself. Cause or like you gonna have to be willing to change, folks. You is. Because it's like you not just no matter what you think, bro, you just not gonna get something. I mean, like I said, you might be a nigga who walk up on a wish, but for the most part, it don't be like that. It don't. You know what I'm talking about? So you gonna have to put in some kind of hard work, bro. You gonna have to sacrifice something to get something. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, a lot of shit just ain't gonna fall on your lap. And a lot of times, like I'm saying, you might not even have no bad habits like that. But, nigga, it could be anything. Nigga, just if you bigger than what you want to be, nigga, you could just start running or walking, just anything, bro. You know what I'm talking about? But it's gonna take you to put in that effort. Because a lot of the solutions we need, most of the solutions you need, bro, they inside you. I told you, you your own sensei. Once you tap into yourself. But instead of you wanting to tap into yourself and being a master of yourself, you rather be a student of others. Coffee Chronicle. You could be the master yourself. Coffee Chronicle. Or you could be a student forever. You know what I'm talking about? And we all students, but you get what I'm talking about. Taught my motherfucking self, never been an apprentice. All business. Y'all some straight out of comic book. But on some real shit. Most of the solutions you need is inside you, bruh. And if you ain't, and this is what I wanted to tell you, if you not, you can't complain about something you're not required to do. You know what I'm talking about? Like, if you're not ready to run and jump over that little hole right there that everybody keep jumping over, don't complain about the hole being in the ground. It being a hole right there, because all you got to do is jump over it. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of times we just we complain about shit we ain't even ready to do. You know what I'm talking about? And that's all. Like, if you ain't ready to do something about it, then it shouldn't be a problem. In other words, you know what I'm talking about? Cause yeah, it shouldn't be a problem if you ain't ready to do if you ain't ready to do something about it. It shouldn't. But most of the solutions you require are gonna be within inside yourself. It's gonna take a different part of you, bruh, most of the time, to get to a different part. You know what I'm talking about? But what do I know? Only you could prevent forest fires, man. And with that one right there, if you don't remember nothing else, always remember it don't cost nothing just to show a little bit of that love.